What's up, everybody? Let me know if you guys can hear me. I am coming to you live from a new setup. I spent the last week moving to a new place, so I have been totally inactive on the charts, and I do have to apologize for that. But I made it. I'm in my new place. I got my new setup. Let me know if the audio is okay. Currently the room that I'm in is empty. Like, I just have my desk, so it is going to be slightly echoey, at least to my naked ear. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the echo, but if there's echo, I apologize. I will get it fixed soon. But anyways, what's up? It's good to be back. It's been a while. I haven't looked at the charts for like a full week. So let's get into it. So a couple things to cover. I'm going to get into sort of a longer term projection for what I think is going to happen to altcoins as well as Bitcoin before I get into what's actually going to happen this week for Bitcoin. So I actually have not put any thought into this, so this is all going to be live. And the reason why I'm doing this a little bit more impromptu is because I only just got my setup, up and running. So yeah, I just want to come to you guys before the New York session opens up. So yeah, let's dive into it. So a couple things to understand. Again, I've been saying this for weeks and weeks and weeks now, but Bitcoin looks absolutely amazing for another run up. In fact, I want to bring up a chart, a very interesting chart, by the way, which shows a path that Bitcoin could follow. And that's going to be SPX, right? S&P 500, right? If you notice, like, for a while, I've been talking about how Bitcoin is sort of in like a macro reaccumulation range. This is exactly what I mean when I say a macro reaccumulation range. Notice how, if, let's say, I pull up the Bitcoin chart. So let me just pull up the Bitcoin chart. Let's go on to auto. So I want you to take a look here. Notice how it's a very similar setup. So this, like, I've been getting questions about people asking me like, hey, what do you mean by a macro reaccumulation range? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Granted, this was happening throughout years and years of price action. And this one is like a year of price action, but nevertheless, Bitcoin is that kind of a volatile asset. And I'm just giving you guys an example of what I mean by macro reaccumulation. Exactly what I'm talking about here. And am I saying that Bitcoin's going to go to 200K really, really soon? No, but I do think that the direction is up. I don't really think that we're bearish. I've been saying that for a while now. So this sort of just puts it into perspective of sort of just what I'm looking at. So hopefully this is helpful for all of you guys who were asking, what do I mean by a macro reaccumulation range? It's exactly what I'm talking about here. So secondly, what I need to get into is, again, level 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So next move should be up. And as for when that happens, right, it can actually happen really suddenly. So some people might ask, right, so when is it going to moon? That I can't be too sure. If there's one thing that I might bring up to confirm that theory is the moon phases. And again, before you write this one off, trust me, I know it sounds really woo-woo, but look at every time like the moon phase has happened, it's been pretty close at predicting tops and bottoms, or like pumps and dumps. So it's already happened, and assuming that, so it happened on the 18th or 19th. So assuming that this is the case, you're going to be moving upwards from here on out. So besides that, just, yeah, this is not the time to get bearish, right? So, but you guys already know this because I've been talking about this for ages at this point. So let's talk about something else that I haven't talked about before. So Ethereum, I really do not pay much attention to Ethereum, as many of you can testify. So Ethereum has broke out of this trend line right here and it retested. So honestly, altcoins are looking absolutely amazing. Now, if I pull up the altcoin, so the altcoin season index, you can see that we are probably still going to be in Bitcoin season, but that is about to change. So it is not altcoin season. Whoops. Okay, so right here, it is not altcoin season, right? It's still Bitcoin season. Remember how I have been talking about, like the last few weeks, to build your altcoin positions during Bitcoin season. Now is going to be a very good time to start jumping into altcoins if you haven't, because it is looking beautiful. So the reason why I bring up Ethereum is because Total 2, the largest single constituent of Total 2, is in fact Ethereum. So when Ethereum starts reversing, you can see that Total 2 tends to reflect a similar chart pattern to Ethereum because it is the largest constituent. So Total 2 is also the altcoin sort of index. And if Total 2 is going up, or if Total 2 is starting to reverse or showing strength, then altcoins are probably going to start reversing and showing strength as well. So this is very important to know. If this has been helpful to you, make sure you drop a like on this video or this stream right now, depending on when you're watching. It's a small gesture, but it really helps out a lot. So currently, altcoins looking really, really bullish. Absolutely bullish. So things might be about to, reverse. And I don't know how many people watch my previous stream, but I talked about DeFi index. I talked about how it's going to break out. And I talked about how you should pay a little bit more attention to DeFi because it's about to break out. It's about to reverse. So far, we have seen Rune pull off an absolute miracle of a pump. So far, we have seen Sushi. I think it was Sushi. On that stream, I said that once it broke above 3, it's going to be easy way up. And, just etc. Right? I think Aave broke out as well. Yeah, Aave broke out as well. Absolutely beautiful. So let me know in the comment section below if you caught any of these DeFi coins. Or even just, catching DeFi by itself. Let me know. But anyways, now that DeFi has pumped, right? In my opinion, it is still going to continue. DeFi has been just in another sort of macro reaccumulation range as well. Notice how you have a range high and a range low over here. You have a falling wedge, absolutely beautiful falling wedge, into a point of support, into a support level, and then you broke out. So now, if you want to look for an entry, ideally, you would come back to retest 6,300, around 6,400, and around 6,100. That's going to be your entry to get in. But if it goes any lower than that, I don't know. We will have to see. But absolutely beautiful, yeah? So somebody says he caught Sushi at 2.92. Brilliant. You're up a lot right now. So congratulations. And this is the reason why you watch these streams. Anyways, now that I have got into sort of a bigger picture look for Bitcoin and altcoins and what I think is going to happen in the next 3 months-ish, it's time to take a look at Bitcoin on like a microstructure. So in order to do that, we need to first identify the Friday high and low. And I'll get into why that's important in a bit. So Friday was, let me check the calendar, because I've been away from the charts for almost an entire week at this point because I've been moving to a new place. Somebody caught Rune thanks to my stream 2 weeks ago. Absolutely amazing. Rune has been one of the best performers out there. Oh man, and I'm so happy because this new setup that I have, I'm able to drink tea while working. It is an absolutely beautiful experience. I'm already loving this. Anyways, just give me a slight little moment. Alright, so just drank a little bit of tea, was brewing a little bit of tea as well, so do pardon me. So, Friday high and low, let's mark those out. On the 18th of March, New York time, the Friday high was at 42,300 and the Friday's low was at 40,100. So these two levels are very important because these two levels will tell us what is going to happen to Bitcoin heading into the Monday New York Open. So as of right now, you can see that during the weekend, or more specifically on Saturday, you have taken out Friday's high, and that's why you reversed down here. And this is like a pro tip for all of you guys watching this stream right now. This is just some really easy trades that you are able to take, which is identify the Friday high and low. And if during the weekend, as in Saturday and Sunday, if you break above the Friday high, short that. If you break below the Friday low, go long. What will very likely happen 80 to 90% of the time is that price is going to reverse in the other direction to take out the other level during the weekend or heading into the Monday Open. Now, currently, does that mean that we are going to be going down to 40k to take out Friday's low? So there's a couple of ways that you can look at this. Firstly, you would need to first break above this level right here at 41,450, which it looks like it's about to break it. So assuming that you break above that level, the indication that it will go take out Friday's low, because I'm not about to make predictions here. The thing is, while I would love to short this at the moment, I also understand that just on a bigger picture, I think we're going up. But at the same time, even though I think we're going up, if you just go onto the 4-hourly, you can see that there is an abundance of liquidity down below here to take out. And that leads me to believe that perhaps we might be going down. But only time will tell, and I will give you exactly like the method to know if it's going down or if it's going up. So firstly, you want to see a break above this high right here, and then you want to see it form a higher low at this order block right here. That's a bullish order block. And if you do form that higher low right there, then that's going to be an indication that perhaps you might go even higher. But if you break below this low right here, you're probably going to go up a bit just to take out liquidity, right? Trap the longs. But otherwise, it's probably going to form a lower high. Again, this is a lower low. And you're going to continue downwards, right? And then once you take out this level, it will be green light to go take out some higher levels. But currently, I'm looking for a higher low formation heading into here, heading into the New York Open to go for a long so that we can go, higher. Because on the macro picture, I do think that Bitcoin's going to go higher. Although in the immediate short term, and when I say short term, I'm talking about a couple of weeks. Yeah, in about a couple of weeks, you might have a risk of coming back down here to take out previous liquidity at 38k, 37,600, and about 37k before you continue upwards. But assuming that the moon phases hold true, which it does tend to hold true, then we should be seeing some pumps heading into the end of the month, potentially hitting 50k. So from the title of this stream, you guys might be wondering, why is it that I say 50k? So that was actually a target that I sort of gave Bitcoin, right? It was a target I was predicting for Bitcoin during the beginning of the month. So are we still on track to hit 50k? Honestly, I'm not sure, because for the last 2 weeks, we have just been ranging in this micro range right here between 45,500 to give or take about 37k. So if we broke out of this range earlier, then I would be very confident to say that you will definitely be hovering around the 50k range at this moment. So is Bitcoin still on track to 50k? Honestly, I cannot be sure, but I do think sometime in April, we will be back in the 50k range. So yeah, I'm not getting bearish here. I've been saying that for a while now. And if anything, we've just been at a range, as I've been saying. So short the range tops, go long on the range lows. It's as simple as it gets. So hopefully this gives you an understanding of does that give you an understanding of what's going to happen heading into the week? Now that's only an understanding about what's going to happen heading into today. So the week. the key levels to pay attention to is definitely like once you get that reversal, right, the high into a high low, then in my opinion this week you're going to break above like 42 to 44, right? It's just a straight, like you're definitely going to target this range high right here at 45,500. So assuming you get a high low formation, then this is where you're going to go. Not, of course, not in a straight line, but you get the picture. Maybe sometime during Wednesday, you might get a midweek reversal. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go over to Twitter and follow me at _the art of crypto. That's where I'm sharing all the latest updates, as well as any traits that I might be looking at. So make sure you follow me on there if you haven't already. So sometime during Wednesday, you might see a midweek reversal. And yes, I am indicating that we might stay in this range. We might continue to stay in this range until maybe Friday. And Friday is going to be the irrational FU move Friday. FU Friday, I like to call that. And maybe during then, we might get just a straight up candle to 50K. But honestly, I'm not banking on that because it's only about 10 days left until the monthly close and the monthly open. And things tend to get volatile during that time. And if we take a look at the monthly candle to hopefully try to be able to discern where we might be going, then since we have already formed the swing low over there, I think heading into the monthly open, monthly close, like beginning of April, you might be going to 50K. So hopefully this gives you a solid understanding of what I'm expecting for Bitcoin, both on a macro perspective and as well as a micro perspective. So if this was helpful to you, could you please comment down in the comment section BTC? It's a small gesture, but it really helps to push this video out to other people, and I would appreciate it immensely. I'm just going to go brew myself a little bit of tea, and then we can start getting into sort of a Q&A. And maybe I can start looking at coins. But, you know, we've been doing pretty well in the last couple of weeks. 3 weeks, maybe. We caught DeFi. Also, somebody shared BNX has seen an insane 33% pump. For those of you who remembered, I think I caught this in the last stream, that BNX, once it broke, so I said that once it broke 44, you're going to just pump straight up. And voila. So for those of you who caught this, let me know as well. And that's the reason why you watch these streams, yeah? To be able to understand, you know, what are the good traits to get into. I'm curious about one thing though. Are you guys able to hear the kettle going on in the background? Right, okay, so apparently everyone can hear it. Okay, you can hear the cups as well. Cool. Cup and handle for your tea, yeah. Please get a decent microphone. My voice sounds too harsh. Is my voice harsh? Let me know if the audio is okay, because I actually increased the gain. I'm actually using one of the best mics available, right? I'm using the SM7B, but I increased the gain a little bit. So, okay, my voice is good. All right, nice. Okay, right, okay, just... All right, glad to know that, because I'm using a new setup at the moment, so if there's anything wrong with the audio or anything, you know, just let me know. Anyways, right now, let us get into greetings from Belgium. Greetings, my friend. So right now, I will go through my alerts because I've had a lot of alerts that rang while I was away. So maybe I'll just go through some of these alerts and you guys Thanks for the waves call at 12, mate. Did almost a 3x on spot. You are very welcome. Fun fact, I think I was one of the only people talking about waves back then at $10. And boy, did it take off. So yeah, that and I talked about that on Twitter. So if you haven't followed me there, make sure you do. Okay, so let's take some questions. In the meantime, right, let me know, comment in the comment section below if there's any coins that you think is good. Right, don't show me a shit coin. Give me a coin that's actually good, and I'll try to go through that. So AOC, do you think the midweek reversal will show a downtrend? Also, retail side of things is looking like a retest on bullish order block. Yep, exactly what I said just now. So yeah, I think the midweek reversal, depending on what happens today, is going to show a downtrend. Yeah. So Boson seems to have moved recently. Oh yeah, this is beautiful, right? For those of you who don't know, Boson is actually one of the small cap coins that I've accumulated a lot of, and I still continue to hold. So I think this one has the potential to do, from this point onwards, like 80 cents. If I'm not mistaken, let me check the market cap on Boson. For those of you who wonder, wait, no, yeah, let me check the market cap for Boson. So it's at 60 million right now. Wow, that's actually a lot higher than I thought. Okay, 60 million. I think it has really good potential to do, like, just pull a 10x from here. Or just easily get back to $5, which is going to be a 5x. That's a no-brainer. Especially right now, given that it's Bitcoin season at the moment. Things are going to get better from here on out. So Boson is a small cap coin that I hold and I continue to accumulate. At the moment, looking absolutely brilliant. You got a falling wedge there, you just broke out right there. And it just so happens that you have a rounded bottom on Boson. So things are actually, like, so many altcoins right now are on the verge of reversing. So seriously, if you were getting bearish here, now is not the time. So seriously, that is a mini rounded bottom, might be forming some kind of a cup and handle, which it is. So it's in the process of forming some kind of a cup and handle. Beautiful. So pay attention to this one. The ideal entry is going to be on a retest to like the 0.82 range right here at that bullish order block. So if I go onto the daily, this will be a lot more apparent. Nope, it's not on the daily, but it's definitely on the 12-hour. So that becomes a lot more apparent. It just so happens that that is right around like the bullish, the trend line right there. So if it comes back here, right, that's going to be a good entry. I'm not saying it's going to come back here, but if it does come back here, you know what to do. So this is a coin which my target, and I promise this is not like some moon boy sort of target, like easily, it could get back to $4 or $5, right, easily. So how the audio is perfect as is, thank you. Update on LRC and NEAR. Right, let's take a look at LRC. Right, so this guy is reversing finally. This block right there, I mentioned this before. I think I mentioned this in the private Discord group. So if there's anybody who's interested in getting like following along all of my trades, and by the way, LRC was one of them. I spotted this cup and handle over here back then. My entry when I called it was at 0.37-ish. And it went on to do a 10x, and I can't pull up my Discord at the moment, but I did tell everybody to take all their profits at 3.6. I missed the top by like 10%, but 3.6, that's where we took all of our profits for damn near like a 10x. And I was hoping that LRC, once it touched this block right here, it would bounce, and indeed it bounced, but I was looking for some kind of reversal probably, but it didn't happen. So right now, not right now, but like a while ago, I mentioned this block right here. I didn't mention it on YouTube because I wasn't streaming back then, but I definitely mentioned this in the private Discord group, and this is where you should expect to buy back in to LRC. for another reversal. At the moment, you're getting exactly that. And in my opinion, currently, the next block that you want to look at is this block right here between, let me just narrow that down a little bit, between 0.74 to give or take 0.71. That's going to be the block you want to look at to potentially get in on another entry into LRC, because things look like they're about to reverse. Do I think LRC is going to get back to previous like 3.6 levels? Probably not. Maybe it will. You know, altcoin season is very unpredictable, and you don't know what might happen during altcoin season. Things can get pretty crazy. So, but you know, at the very least, right, it can easily just go back to like $1.2, which is going to give you close to 70-80%, which I'd still take that any day of the week. You know what I mean? So, update, let's take a look at NEAR. NEAR is looking even more beautiful than LRC. I mean, they both look beautiful, but, you know, this is just textbook right here. So, sadly, we did not come back to this 9.1 zone, but if we did, that would have been very close to the bottom. And I think this is looking bullish. Oh, yeah. Well, I like this one. Because you've got to break a structure on the daily chart, and then now you're forming a consolidation pattern. I might pick this as one of the best coins heading into this week. Stop below the trend line, target at a previous daily high. That's going to be a risk to reward ratio of about 4.5. So cheers to you for shouting that one out. For those of you watching, I'm going to shortlist this one as a good trade for this week. Maybe in the next week as well. Please make your screen bigger. Can't see prices on the right. Are you guys not able to see the prices? I've actually increased the font size already. Let me know if my screen is like small, because I'm using a 49-inch monitor, which is, you know, if it's still small with a 49-inch monitor, then that is going to be, yeah, you know, it's as big as it gets, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to go through, let's see. So people want to see EGLD, data, and algo. Maybe he's watching from his Game Boy. Maybe. I mean, hey, we ain't judging, right? For all we know, the Game Boy is the ultimate entertainment consumption machine, and, you know, we just don't know it. Don't mind me, just brewing a little bit of tea. Right, I'll add on a little bit more margin onto the price chart. Forgot how to do that. I think it was in settings, scales, appearance, scales text, 20. Yeah, wow, that looks like a, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry guys, it's way too big for my liking. Anyways, good ones. So we were supposed to take a look at EGLD. Is EGLD breaking out? I would not say that this is a break. Oh yeah. So if you go onto the 4 hourly, this is going to be a lot more apparent. So I was actually expecting some kind of a down move here, but clearly we didn't get it. But otherwise, this is looking pretty decent, because this is sort of a range within a range. So this is what I mean when I say it's always important to understand your higher level targets, because EGLD is in, if you take a look on the, actually, if you just take a look on the 4 hourly chart, you can see that EGLD over here, that's a range high, range low, range high, range low. Currently, it is at the mid range. And the way I know this is at the mid range is this, right? You draw a fib from that swing high to that swing low. You're right now, you're trying to break past the mid-range. So I'm actually going to put this as another one of the top coins this week, because that's a beautiful ascending triangle if I've ever seen one. And currently you're trying to break past the mid range. And I think this is going to look good. I mentioned it before, but I think this one's going to try to target for the range high. It will target the range high. So if you take a trade like this, I'm going to take my first profit here at 10% and my second profit here at 23%. Probably set my stop below the trend line. So at the minimum, this is going to be a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. At the maximum, it's going to be like a 4.6 risk to reward ratio. So this one's looking good, honestly. So shout out to Da Vinci for calling this one. And the reason why I pulled up the VPVR, by the way, is to help you guys visualize what I'm talking about when I say that it's going to pump. Because if you take a look at the VPVR on the side here, and by the way, like I can see, like I know where is the imbalances with just looking at it with my naked eye, because I'm experienced. But for most people, you know, it's always helpful to have some kind of an indicator to just to help you visualize it a little bit. So notice how there's a lack of volume, trading volume over here, which indicates that there might not be a lot of resistance heading into a higher level. So this is sort of how I know it's going to be a pretty easy pump upwards. Man, if none of you have tried drinking some proper Chinese tea and Japanese tea, primarily Chinese, you guys have to try it out, man. Like, it is such an experience. It is not something that many Westerners are familiar with, but boy, it is enjoyable. I'm telling you guys. HTR, yeah, that one was one of my picks. Wow, beautiful. Yeah, we got in at 0.46. So yeah, this is currently like 30% up. Check out a link in the description box below if you want to get in. That's where you'll be able to follow along with all of my trades that I'm taking with exact entries and exits. It's good to hear you sound happy. Thank you so much. Much love to you, my friend. I am happy. With this new setup, man, I can drink tea while working. What a dream. What a dream it is. Right, taking a look at data, I think this is pretty much, yeah. So similar setup to LRC, where you have a massive run up with this point of imbalance right there. Right here. Wait, no, that wasn't even a fair value gap. I think the fair value gap was just here. From here to there, right? So that's what the market makers came back for. To take out that bit of imbalance. Wow, okay. Let me just draw it out. It's like so small. So the market makers brought price all the way back down to fill in that imbalance. So yeah, this is what I mean when I say imbalances always get filled, and to always identify your areas of value. So right there is an area of value. You have just filled in a macro range low, assuming that this is the range high right here. I know I like to look at things a lot in the perspective of a range, but it's very helpful. It's very helpful. I can be the first one to testify to that. So taking a look at algo, you just broke out of a smaller trend line, and I think because it's at the macro range low, this could be a very good swing trade heading upwards. And if I'm not mistaken, let me just take a look at NFT coins on CoinGecko. So what am I looking at? NFT protocols. Coins categories. So let me just take a look at the NFT stuff and figure out which ones hold the highest market cap. Oh, okay. Data actually fell really hard. Data, fun fact, right? Before Axie Infinity, Decentraland and the Sandbox took over Data, it used to be like the biggest coin in NFT coins. So, oh, ApeCoin is doing exceptionally well as well. But yeah, Data, let's see if this is a pattern that is reoccurring. I don't know if there's an NFT perp. No, there's no NFT perp. It would be amazing if... Wait, was it this one? Nah, not this one. It would be amazing if there was an NFT index. But I don't think I know of an index. Let me know if you guys know any NFT indexes that I can take a look at. Because you have NFT, like, you have DeFi perp. You have, for God's sake, shitcoin perp. Like, a shitcoin index. You've got mid perp. But like, you don't have an NFT index, which is mind-boggling, to say the least. So let's take a look at the other NFT coins to see if we can see a reoccurring pattern that might indicate a potential reversal for NFT coins. Just like how we identified that DeFi was going to go into full reversal mode, and, it's taken off. So AXS, similar pattern as well, filled in a macro range low right there. And for those of you curious, I did call AXS at $46. Granted, it came all the way down to 45, but that is still a pretty good pump. Again, if you want to get access to these trades, that's 60% in one trade in 11 days. Check out, link in the description box below if you might be interested. So similar setup to Data. So that's AXS. So let's take a look at Sandbox. Kind of similar, Gala, definitely similar. In fact, Gala looks like it might go into full reversal mode shortly. Going to have to shortlist this one down. Just now we looked at a coin. I think it was Near, EGLD and Near as top coins heading into the day. Right, so EGLD and Near were good coins. And then Gala could be good as well. Just going to note these down so that I can get back to them later. So Gala could be good. Sand, I like Gala better than Sand actually. Let's take a look at Mana. Mana, I don't really like it because there's liquidity down here that can be taken out. So preferably I would like to see that liquidity taken out before I make a move on Mana. But at the same time, you did break out of that trend line and you retested that perfectly. So I'd go so far to say that this zone for Mana, let me just remove these, this blue box for Mana right here between 2.325 to give or take 2.265 is going to be a good level for you to get into Mana. Yeah, so right there. In fact, if you come onto the 4 hourly chart, you can see that it already retested that level. So nah, that's tough. I'll go back to this. So NFT coins actually look to be on the verge of potentially reversing, just like how DeFi perp was like a week ago. So I'm going to note all of these down and I'll have a look at them later. If you guys want to get some updates on this, follow me on Twitter at _theartcrypto. Again. So do imbalances only count on the daily time frame? No. If you, in fact, go onto the 1 minute chart, it is present everywhere. For example, if this right there, that's an imbalance because there's no price action there. So that's a fair value gap. So you can expect price to be attracted to that level. And when it fills in that level, there will be a chance that you might reject. Maybe not to that low, but maybe there. So imbalances exist on all time frames. Heck, I could even go into the 30 second or the 1 second and you will see these imbalances even more clearer. For example, there you go, right? In fact, I could even draw it like that. That's the imbalance. So it's present on all time frames. And remember that the markets are pretty much like 80% of the daily trading volume is basically run by algorithms. And these algorithms are designed to always fill in the imbalances. So yeah, just every second that the market exists, it's just like a war between different algorithms versus each other to try to take out the liquidity and to fill in the imbalances. So yeah, imbalances exist on all time frames. Hopefully that helps. If you guys find this stream helpful, by the way, please drop a like on this video. It's a really small gesture, but really helps out a lot. So let me get back to a couple more questions. The stream is coming close. Oh, it's only been 40 minutes. Wow, okay. I feel like it's been long. Just give me a moment. Just let me brew a little bit of tea because I'm feeling thirsty. Had too much tea, sleepy already. How do you get sleepy from tea? What kind of tea are you drinking? Okay, so let's take a look at a few more coins. Let's see. KDA. Right, KDA is one of like the coins that I'm really huge on. It used to be a small cap, but it's no longer a small cap. But oh, and by the way, we took all our profits at 7.8 right there during the Binance pump and dump. 7.8. So it went all the way up to 8.25. But I'll take my profits, man. I'm not trying to catch the top. And again, follow along with all the trades. Head to the private Discord group. But in terms of KDA, I actually want to see a liquidity sweep below 5.95. That's where I might start getting back into KDA. Potentially back here as well to 5.71. So I've set alerts on both of these levels. I'm going to set another one. But these three levels, I'm going to look to get back into KDA after taking my profit there. So let's take a look at a few more coins. ANC. Right. Doesn't strike me as immediately like beautiful. Although I think you could be in for like a kind of a big bounce there. Notice how this is, so again, this is why I love market maker concepts, right? They give you an opportunity, and this is not a certainty. Do not mistake this for an absolute certainty. But when you understand market maker concepts, it gives you a very good chance to identify where potential bottoms might come. In this instance, look at how it bounced right at that box right there. So yeah, this is kind of why I love these concepts. But I wouldn't necessarily go into this one yet. Preferably, because after you fill in the order block, it does not mean that you're just going to go up and up. It depends a little bit on market conditions, so you have to really take a look at Bitcoin. But otherwise, you might just come up here, get rejected, and continue downwards. So what I would like to see first is a previous high to get taken out. After that happens, I'll look for a higher low. That's where I'll get in, rather than now. So interesting, I'll set a couple of alerts for now, but not now would not be the time to get into it yet, in my opinion. So BAT. So somebody said BAT. So let's take a look at BAT. JASMY. All right, I'll take a look at JASMY right after this. So give me a little bit of time. So this one's nice. You just got a breaker structure on the daily chart right there. Just break structure. Right now, you have to come back down to potentially form a higher low, hopefully within the 0.7 range. So that's going to be an area of interest if it gets there. But otherwise, probably not too much of note at the moment. I would really want to see it come back down to 0.7 before I do anything with it, because you just taken out a previous high. Clearly you've reversed. And again, this is just another reason why I like market maker concepts. They give you, instead of going long here, you short it. And that's easy money. So yeah, if you want to learn more about this, watch my videos. That's going to be an easy way, but private group is a nice place as well. So you take out a high and you reverse. So if I draw a fib from that swing low right there to that swing high, yeah, we're nowhere close to a retest at the moment. So yeah, I'm definitely going to look at 0.7 area, especially when it lines up with a 0.705 fib retracement. So not interested for now, but could be interested soon. I've set an alert already. No, not JASMY, bro. I mean, you could, but I'd like to see more price action, like more positive price action. I mean, you have broken above a previous daily high, which is criteria number one for a reversal, but I would still like to see it come back down to form a higher low within this block right here at 0.0245. I mean, sorry, 0.022, right? Yeah, around there before I get into it. So that's the update for JASMY. So interesting, but not right now. So somebody asked me to take a look at ORN. Nah, it's definitely not of interest yet. Not right now yet. So somebody asked me to take a look at OMG. So this one could be interesting because you have a macro range low right there, and potentially that's a range high. So OMG, you have a rounded bottom formation. Besides that, you have a breakout. Is that really a breakout? Yeah, I'm going to call that a breakout. So you got a breakout over there. You got a nice retest. You taken out the previous daily high. So yeah, this one is looking good. Will I get into it right at this instance? No. But in the event that it pulls back to 0.44 to about 4.4 to 4.2, that's going to be an area of interest to jump into OMG. As for the targets, that's going to be at previous daily highs. So hopefully that answers your question. So let's go look at what next. Everyone is so interested in Luna. Like, seriously, I don't get it. Like, why? I don't understand. Luna, as I've said many, many times, it is going to go for a new all-time high at $140. For those of you who watched that live stream, I gave a live trade. Live. I called this live. Target is 140. You need to give it time to play out. So give it a little bit of time, yeah? And perhaps stop asking about Luna. I mean, fine, you know, you can ask about Luna. But yeah, that's my take on Luna. It's going to go for a new all-time high, that's for sure. Especially with altcoin season about to start. It's definitely going to go up. So somebody asked me to take a look at injective protocol. Yeah, this one is it's squeezing. So yeah, this is what I was about to say. Injective protocol is a coin that pumps like 10, 20, 50% in a day for absolutely no reason and just comes right back down. So right now it's squeezing again. So you could actually just gamble on this. I'm not condoning gambling, right? Manage your risk, because at the end of the day, that's what trading is. It's calculated gambling. So risk management is the one thing that will separate, crypto, like trading, from gambling. The only thing that sets it apart is risk management, because when you gamble, you probably don't have any sense of risk management, and that's why you lose all your money, because the house always wins. And in trading, it's the same way, because you can't win all of your trades. Heck, some of the best traders in the world are wrong about half the time. So the only way you're going to make it in this market is if you have risk management. So seriously, do not understate the importance of like solid risk management. It's really important. So injective protocol, you could actually just jump in right now. Just take a little calculated gamble and just set a TP at like 6.7, which is about, let's see here, about 23%. It tends to move pretty quickly, so set your TPs beforehand, and I think that's a pretty easy trade. Some dude in chat is going insane asking for Doge. Why you ignore Doge? At least you tell me you don't like Doge, please. No, it's not that I don't like Doge. It is the fact that I'm getting like 10 comments every minute. I can't look at every coin, my friend. It is not that I don't like Doge. There's just way too many comments. Please understand. And now that you mentioned Doge, let's take a look at Doge. Okay, so could be reversing. Oh wait, no, that's a wrong trend. Wait, was that a right trend line? What was this trend line here? I'd probably draw it something like this. So in this sense, yeah, Doge is about to break out. Although you haven't really gotten back to the zone that I really wanted to go back, which is at 0.08. So I'm actually going to set an alert there, because like I wanted to come back here ideally before, I look for real reversal. But at the moment, it does look like it is on the verge of reversing. So is Doge looking good? Yeah. In fact, I might even be so bold as to say this is a good coin to get in today, because go long there, set your stop there. That's a 10% stop loss, so maybe 5%. So you might get stopped out real quick if Bitcoin decides to reverse. But yeah, 5% works since you're predicating this on the 4-hourly time frame. And let's take a look at potential TPs. This one's a little bit riskier than near and EGLD because of the fact that you are still forming low highs and lower lows on the daily chart, but otherwise you could still take a shot at this with the ultimate TP coming at about there, 44%. So the blue lines that I'm going to be drawing is going to be TP points for Doge if you get into it. So the way that I come up with these TP points, if you draw a fib, you will find that it lines up perfectly with my TP points right there. So very close, 0.5. You could take some at the 0.705 as well, but otherwise that's going to be my TPs, and that's going to be the entry, that's going to be the stop. Let me just share this. This one's riskier than EGLD and near for sure. EGLD and near, but currently this is something that I will be looking at. Again, if this video has been helpful, please drop a like. Takes nothing out of your time, but really helps me a lot. So anyways, if this video has been helpful to you, please share this to a friend that might find this helpful. My streams are always full of value and not much fluff at all. So please, like seriously, go watch the previous streams from last 2 weeks. You might not get the entries that you're looking for since it's past already, but you will learn so much. I promise you. you're essentially getting real-time feedback as to what I'm doing, as to what I'm thinking when I'm looking at charts. So if this is helpful to you, seriously, so remember to watch the past streams. Immensely helpful to a lot of you, especially like to beginners. This is a chance to take a look at how I do things. So can you give possible entries for XHV? Yeah, I'll take a look at XHV. Wow, what a coin. Okay, so that right there, that blue box there, but you seem to have retested that already during this move. So possible entries probably at 2.9, because this is what I'm seeing right now. So let me just explain to you a little bit about my thought process. So what I'm seeing right now is a potential rounded bottom, and by the way, this is on most altcoins. You're getting this kind of a pattern, and I'm gonna ask my editor. Actually, I don't think my editor is gonna watch through this, but go watch a video that I posted. It is on my YouTube channel, right? Just search me up. It's gonna be the featured video. Check out that video. It's a swing trading strategy that will make you guys like 50% to 100% every month. So that video talks exactly about how you can trade these rounded bottoms, because rounded bottoms pays the bills. Like when they go parabolic, they go really parabolic. You look at what Boson did, right? So let's look at Boson, right? Previously, that was a rounded bottom. That was a rounded bottom right there. And if you caught somewhere near the beginning, that would have been a 2x. If you caught somewhere near the beginning, that would have been a 300% in 2 months. That is easily like more than 100% a month. So check out that video. It will teach you a lot about how to utilize rounded bottoms. And yeah, so the people who've watched it already say, they're already talking about rounded bottoms pays the bills. Watch that video. I promise it's not going to be a waste of time. Right now, so many coins are in sort of a rounded bottom formation that you are going to want to watch that video and try to catch some of these, right? I'm not going to link it because maybe I'll link it in chat. I'll just link that video in chat, but otherwise, just search my channel, and it's literally, I think it's the first video that is available on there. So I'm going to link it. I'm going to type it in the comment section below. So that's going to be the video you guys want to watch. Promise it will be helpful. But anyways, let's get back to that coin, which is XHV. And yeah, so rounded bottom. So right now, the reason why I'm looking at that entry, just to give you guys a little bit of an explanation, is because you have range high there, range low there, and you have liquidity at the range low. So in the event that you come take out the liquidity, because currently there is no real area value to get into this coin except for right here. So it's either going to bounce from here, or it's going to go down to take out that liquidity. And if it takes out the liquidity, it's going to reverse and take out the range high. So that's going to be my entry. Hopefully that helps. And if you guys have learned something, remember, just drop a like and comment in the comment section below BTC. Really helps out a lot. For now though, I'm going to have to get going. If you enjoyed this video, share it around. Thank you all for spending some time with me on a Monday. And hopefully this video has been helpful to all of you guys. For now though, may the gains be with you, my friends, and peace.